Ooh, Templar Assassin. The TASF matchup. How do you feel about TA in general right now? She feels like a very niche pick in this current meta.
She's kind of...
Uh-oh, is Freeze in some trouble? That's a hasted up Kaka. They do have the telekinesis, and a first blood could fly early. It goes the way of SCCC on the Templar Assassin.
Doing fairly well for himself, but probably still not as high as he'd like, but at least he is shutting down Yang, who again I think is the core hero.
A lane rotation from VGJ Thunder. Yang heads to the top lane. It's going to cost him his life straight away. The kinetic field from DDC won't be much help.
TA still just mid. Pressuring and not really receiving any bounty hunter hate.
Yeah, now Mugi kind of gets left behind. He does have some support though, taking a lot of damage. On the run will fall to Freeze as Kaka reinitiates. They might be able to get the counter kill on the Shadow Fiend. He's getting so low, and a few more auto attacks will find it. Now Kaka moving into the tree line, turns to drop the damage onto Fade, and he finds it first! And the Hadouken will bring down DDC. It's a messy fight, but an obvious advantage for NEWBEE. The Satyr Tormentor in the front line. That'll be another tier 1 tower down, and this dire map gets opened up a bit more as they rotate into the jungle. Up top, indeed, Mugi popped by the Eclipse. Sylar will finally find a kill of his own.
It's pretty rough.
Absolutely. VGJ Thunder lose another tier 2 tower.
They grab Fade in the back.
Yes, perhaps.
Easy.
They can get more. SCCC gets glimpsed back, but no, he'll be sent home and he'll be just fine. Mugi now the one under assault. Bruce Split with a little bit of time left. But NEWBEE are just fine. All 4 heroes very healthy.
Oh, the chase after too. They've used the split already, and they're just going to run down VGJ.
You have Yang running low on options. He pops his stick charges, and it's a stolen split from the Rubik. Oh, that's a misplay, and now that Shadow Fiend caught by the Cyclone. It'll be the end of Freeze, and they set up a double for the Templar Assassin. NEWBEE lose 1, but they pick up 2 in exchange.
Heading on, everybody home. Hello. You guys feel like defending. Storm Panda, right on your TP.
Not a bad way to start things off. There is still a glyph for the Dire, but there's a smoke rotation on the back line. Yang going to go in first. He does have the Bruce Split, and he's going to pop it. Decent static storm from the Disruptor. Requiem of Souls comes out, but NEWBEE still hanging on. Looks like they'll lose KP first as the Eclipse flies. Can they turn this, or have NEWBEE gone in too deep? Faith will be the second to fall. It's 2-0 for VGJ. Now TA desperately trying to make it back, but she turns onto Fade, drops some damage before the Aegis gets utilized. It's 3 down. And I think they'll be able to get this TA once more. NEWBEE do not have any way to finish him off, or to keep him alive.
Yeah, Chen dying so fast just cost them so much. There's no send back, and now with these tracks, baby, it's Bounty Hunter. He's in the game. Yeah. We've seen it before. There's a chance, yeah, maybe it's going to cost DDC in the end. This will actually still be worth it, and he does go down. Yeah. So Kaka continues his reign of dominance.
Small pick-me-up.
I favor VGJ Thunder a little bit in terms of lineups, but here we go again. On to Mugi.
Initiated on, Static Storm to follow up, but this time the Omni Knight able to heal him. They use the Cyclone, and Eclipse doesn't really do a hell of a lot.
Oh, KP's...
Send back from Chen, but now KP in a lot of trouble. Repel, GA, and now the TP home, he makes it. It's tight, but he gets out. Chen, however, not going to be so lucky. And now on the other side, NEWBEE are the ones that have reinitiated. The Requiem comes out. Kaka and SCCC fall, but Freeze has to pay with his life. They isolate Faith, and again, it's a good fight for VGJ Thunder. The track gold adding up as they catch a glimpse onto Mugi. Oh, this Razor falls next, and it's Sylar with a double. The lead that NEWBEE had has since evaporated, and VGJ have leveled it out. But we'll see. I digress here as a smoke comes from NEWBEE. 3 of them in their own jungle looking for a gank onto Freeze. He'll TP home. He's going to get him. It'll be close, but there is a BKB and a Yule Scepter. Freeze will use the magic immunity. He's going to try to turn this. Gets off the Requiem. The all heal does top them off.
And Kaka, well, he's just walking in. Not going to split quite as early this time. He's not losing it like he was the previous time.
Yep, there's the Dire Glyph. They do have a buyback on the Brew, but of course no split. Does not want to use it. Kaka in a very aggressive position. They just blink right in onto DDC. He's got the Ghost Scepter, and that buys him some time against the TA. But now the push will commence. Tier 3 tower down bottom. Gets finished off. Glimpse back onto KP. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, but he will survive through it. The stolen Brew Split from Rubik also helping things out as VGJ Thunder desperately trying to hang on. Exposed Barracks starting to take some damage. Requiem comes with the BKB, but Freeze, he's getting low and he's relegated back to the well. Now Sylar, BKB on, tries to bring down Kaka, but a GA at the last second. They send back Kaka. He stays alive, and now NEWBEE need to make the retreat. An incredible play from the Omni Knight, but another glimpse will pull back Faith and secure a kill for VGJ Thunder.
Oh, they're all tracked up here.
The BKB from Mugi, the cheese, but also the Guardian Greaves from VGJ. They will finish off Razor, secure the high ground defense. defense, and now they want more. SCCC able to blink home.
Yeah, they're trying to save
left behind.
They just smoked on a TA trap. SCCC looking to just pop it here. Nicely done.
Good high ground positioning, but his teammates still going to get caught out. Chen in the Cyclone, the follow-up Static Storm, Kinetic Field, Requiem, Fake
the Ghost Scepter from DDC.
Kaka able to turn the other way. The Lucent Beams are flying all over, and it looks like Rubix is doing some decent return damage, but they'll still lose the TA Aegis, and now Mugi, BKB expires, he falls, Kaka to boot. It's VGJ Thunder all day, going 1 for 3 plus the Aegis. They've got to be happy with that.
You can't get caught here. He just was stuck in the trees, waiting to help his team. He had the pipe ready, he had the repel, but he didn't have GA, couldn't feel like he could jump it, and now he ends up getting caught by the Storm Panda on the way out, tracked down and dead. Triple kill for Sylar, who is godlike at this point.
Or dust used by Kaka, hoping to catch somebody, but will not be there. Also, Bounty Hunter with a gem in tow. Glimpse onto Kaka, Kinetic Field to follow up. But right now, VGJ Thunder a little hesitant to initiate. No, they jump in, Repel comes, but it's not enough. Mugi with the BKB on, he's just getting clicked down. GA will keep him alive, but the Cavalry is here. The Omni Knight gets isolated, Mugi gets trapped up, the Requiem flies, KP will be the next to fall. SCCC doing what damage he can with that BKB, but his teammates are getting obliterated, and that's it! Good game gets called! VGJ Thunder absolutely destroy game number 1 against NEWBEE with an impeccable high ground defense and then unrelenting pressure of their own.
So they go back to the TA.
Apparently they're confident about it. Well, the Sand King is out of regen, and now the roll forward. They're actually going to catch him. He does not have a Burrow Strike, and Yang will draw the first blood with a level 2 Purification.
They go on him.
Now Kaka, Yang is out of mana. He's got a couple of stick charges. He just used his Purification. Mugi low on mana himself, but stick charges are there. Rocket Barrage doing a lot of damage. They may just settle for the Earth Spirit, and indeed they do. That ties it up 1-1, and all the while up top, DDC will actually fall to the Faith KP combo.
And so now this time they're not going to be able to enable SCCC nearly as much. And going to have to rely way more on stacks instead of Tower Gold.
Another initiation onto Yang, but there's the counter from DDC and Fade. They roll in onto Kaka. Yang getting very low, but the repel enough to save him. The auto attacks are there, and Mugi catches him. They get a double as Winter Wyvern rotates in. Somehow Kaka survived through Fade up on the high ground. He might get sandwiched here, and Kaka going to come in. He's also level 5. Burrow Strike to start. The roll gets intercepted, and Fade will be locked on the high ground.
Go for the neutrals.
VGJ.T will not be able to support.
He's really confident.
Fade could still be in some trouble here. Kaka connects with the stun. The follow-up is inbound, but Shadow Fiend will TP in.
He's no help here, though.
Probably TPing into a sticky situation. There's the Winter's Curse. Will lock him down after the repel flies. Whew. Not going to be able to save the Earth Spirit, but they will save this tower. Now they glimpse back Faith. Nice cold embrace, buys him a little bit of time, but just sets up for some shadow raises. His team leaves him high and dry, 7-3. Homing missile comes in, he sees how much NEWBEE commit to this, and we'll just head back. This is all 5 of NEWBEE now charging up the mid lane.
This looks familiar.
Yeah. Flashbacks to last game. VGJ Thunder, though, they are ready for this. Winter Wyvern flies over the tree line, jumps in, drops the ult onto Disruptor, and the follow-up is going to be there. DDC dies first, Lycan dies shortly after. It's a quick twofer. Could be a foot.
I mean, Curse is back, but they're missing the split.
Okay, Wyvern a little bit low on mana, but does have some stick charges.
They don't see Kaka.
Roche relatively low on HP, but now the Winter's Curse comes. Lycan the target of choice, but he does survive through it. Still could be a fight for VGJ as the GA gets popped. Kaka on the run, but the roll across. Ice Cube will buy him a little bit of time, but the inevitable is done as Mugi on the backside now getting isolated. It's a buyback from Kaka. NEWBEE really want to defend this, but a double from Sylar. Beautiful stun from Kaka. Stops the big bad wolf as he heads to retreat and loses the shapeshift. Now KP on the backside, 30 seconds until ult. He's going to get glimpsed back right into the fray, but he has support, and NEWBEE will hold. Now the stun forward onto Yang. They could be turned again, and Kaka, it's a dieback on the Sand King. Gets off an epicenter, but it just tickles as VGJ Thunder win the fight and kill the Sand King twice.
A little bit of purification there. Purified raid, I would say, on that bug. Dieback instant for him. But they stopped the Roche, so a little bit of momentum culled from the side of VGJ Thunder.
For now, Trent.
Hey, but now they have split 1 second.
But they don't have Winter's Curse this time. So not having both those ultimates makes this so hard to commit to. And with Lycan, Roche falls quickly. They will grab the Aegis onto Freeze. Initiation onto Faith, glimpse, static storm. Nope, that's a kinetic field, my bad. But Faith still falls. I got a little too excited there, Trent. I got to rein myself down.
The Wyvern's not that important.
Follow from Moogie. KP jumps in. There's the Bruce split you were talking about. They're going in onto the Lycan. The Omni Knight gets isolated so that he can't heal, but Sylar still alive. SCCC jumps in and they bring him down. Freeze needs to be a little careful here, but remember, he does have the Aegis. DDC getting focused by the TA. Fade.
Oh, nice
beautiful
kick
stun on 3, and that sets it up for Freeze to bring down Moogie. Now Kaka gets a stun on 3, sets it up the other way for SCCC, and they will find the Aegis. Another one of these chaotic fights, but it's NEWBEE that comes out big.
Look out.
Big damage on the Yang. Another awesome stun from the Sand King, and it's going to be a full 5-man wipe and then some. A triple kill for the TA. As you mentioned, double damage, the perfect rune in that situation.
A wee bit fortunate.
Putting the Desolator to good use. Now the Butterfly gets queued up by the Gyrocopter, so it doesn't look like it'll be that Aghanim Scepter game that we were thinking.
Yeah, this makes more sense, right? But just because like he has no defensive supports and he doesn't really have a nice jump in.
Smoke gets broken in the mid lane. They're going to go in onto the Disruptor. The call down gets queued, and Yang will be the one taking most of the damage, but Freeze gets the repel, tries to go in on the Moogie. That forces his BKB. Sylar. Now the GA comes out to save Sylar, and VGJ Thunder are in full retreat. Shapeshift to try to make the run home. Yang going to be the one that gets left behind. Fade trying to save his healer. There will be a repel. Maybe this is enough. Does not stop you from the Desolator, but a stun on 2 will. Now Freeze on the backside looking for Moogie as Sylar reinitiates. That should be the end of the Gyrocopter. They've already lost Faith, and now it's Freeze that's taking the damage. Another big stun from this Earth Spirit. They're lacking detection right now. They don't have it. They dust. SCCC gets obliterated. It's VGJ Thunder's fight. They were the ones that got initiated on, but they're going to turn it around. Right into objectives.
You can also deward everything as he runs around the whole jungle with his Necro 3. They've already taken out a couple TA traps, some sentries, the Observer that was placed down in the mid lane, and that's why you look.
Yang, he is in a pretty awkward position. They'll deploy the Winter's Curse to find this kill. He tried the Repel TP rather, and this time it's not going to happen. Follow-up stun and no deny from the neutrals. Those Centaurs not willing to help him out as KP gets another.
Or is it going to be a curse? Will Fate decide the battle?
Sylar, he gets muted, but does manage to get off the ultimate. Shapeshift to run away. The GA comes to ensure that he survives. Epicenter used, but does very little. So a couple ultimates deployed, but a failed gank attempt for NEWBEE.
Yeah, they might try and set something up here if they're a little greedy on Kaka. Yeah, they're going. Freeze wants it.
Sets it up. There's the Requiem follow-up roll, but Ice Cube, and now the Winter's Curse. Fade's the one that gets turned on. His Shadow Fiend lays into him. NEWBEE strike right back. They still lose Kaka, but well worth it to grab 2 on the side of VGJ.T. Yeah, definitely one of those games where
so much 5-man Dota. Kaka just goes in.
3 stun from Kaka. Now the follow-up BKB from KP. They jump in onto the Earth Spirit, but there's the GA. They're going to try to focus down the Omni, but the Winter's Curse just comes down a little too late. Sylar having trouble sticking onto a target, but now he's found him. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, Moogie, Kaka down, and SCCC in trouble. He'll get blown up, and it's NEWBEE that are in big trouble. Faith trying to TP, that won't happen, and now the Bruce split will expire, and KP, the last survivor of NEWBEE, will limp away to the top lane, but the glimpse will ensure the kill. This is going to be a full 5-man wipe for VGJ Thunder. Yes, both of them off cooldown, so that's never a good thing. You're right. It seemed like that GA was just perfectly timed, though. Faith wanted to get that counter initiation. He used the Winter's Curse on Omni Knight, but the GA had already come out, so the damage was done, and that's what allowed VGJ to turn this. Lycan has a double damage rune on now. They kill the tier 3 tower. The glyph's already been used. 2 buybacks have been burned by NEWBEE, but it will not be enough to save this mid lane of barracks. VGJ Thunder want more. They force a third buyback, but another beautiful stun from Kaka on 3. BKB from Freeze pop. Lycan, now the Winter's Curse comes. It's going to lock him down, but very minimal damage. He pops his own BKB, and he wants to fight.
He does so much damage.
SCCC dies through the BKB. It's a dieback on the TA, and now Moogie could be in trouble himself. Sylar getting low, but he's able to run back to safety. Still finding a kill on Kaka with all of his summons. This is so bad for NEWBEE. They'll hold on in the bottom lane, but now they're getting pulled pretty far out of the base.
DDC's still behind with the Static Storm.
Around the backside. He's got the ultimate, but he also has a gem. He glimpses back Moogie, and he survives. It's going to cost Moogie his life, and now a triple kill for Sylar.
DDC with the backstab, the assassin on the Disruptor. Now KP comes back in for the gem. He's going to be found out here. It's a BKB.
Oh my, KP does have the primal split. Buybacks from VGJ Thunder. The call is to go all in and try to finish
They've
this
got
off.
creeps in the middle.
It's a 5v2. There's no backdoor protection, no glyph. NEWBEE are about to take big, big damage, and they're going to catch one. They find the Sand King. This could be the dieback from Kaka, but no, he's got the mobility, and he scoots to the high ground.
And I can't get too distracted here. There are buildings to be taken.
Brew split. They're going to destroy the Fire Panda. Now the Storm Panda goes down, and it's just a little baby Earth Panda.
How about those
They're going
buildings?
for tier 4s, baby. They are all in, Trent.
Howl popping as well. The damage to Kaka being driven back. I don't think they can stop this.
There's the stun onto Fade, and this is the Lycan effect right now. He has no BKB, but he's got to repel. There are no buybacks. TA up soon, but the GA for good measure. It's VGJ Thunder that take it. What an upset. 2-0 over NEWBEE, a series we thought might go to the series where NEWBEE were the favorites, and it's VGJ that secure themselves a seat in the grand finals.